Now, Masoud Pezeshkian has been elected as Iran's new president, beating his hardline rival. The reformist won the race after promising to reach out to the West and to ease the country's headscarf laws. The election was called after President Ibrahim Raisi was killed in a helicopter crash in May. Well, Sky's Sahar Zand joins me now from the newsroom to talk us through this. So, a reformist, Sahar, but he still is working alongside, of course, the supreme leader as well.
Yes, I mean, reformist here is very much quote-unquote. Reformist doesn't have the same meaning in Iran as it does here. He's still very much within that system, a part of that system. And many believe that him being elected was a form of protest, as his opponent, Saeed Jalili, was an ultra-conservative hardliner. And many have drawn parallels between his vision for Iran with the Taliban's rule in the neighboring Afghanistan. It's important to mention here the low turnout. Less than half of the people who were eligible to vote in Iran actually showed up. And this is despite the supreme leader urging them to. Why such a low turnout? It's because it's no secret that elections in Iran are not fair and free. People have lost faith in their political system. They don't believe that their votes count and that it can make a difference within the current system.
OK, so tell us a bit more about what he promised in the election and whether he can actually deliver on any of those.
Interestingly enough, in a televised debate only last week, he said that we have angered Iranian public through our behavior. And his key pledges very much reflect what protesters in Iran were fighting for. We know that there has been widespread nationwide protests in Iran since 2018. And among his key pledges were, one, easing of internet access. We know that internet access in Iran is very much restricted. Easing the pressure on women and girls over the mandatory wearing of the hijab. We know that the morality police is back on the street at full force, really causing a lot of issues for women. And his third key pledge was to improve the dire economy in Iran by improving relationships with the West, namely re-entering possibly the nuclear negotiations. But whether or not he's going to be able to deliver on these promises is a whole other matter, because in the Islamic Republic of Iran, the president really doesn't have that much power, and major decisions, including foreign policy, really falls with the Supreme Leader Khamenei and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. So his pledges and him winning this election based on those is very much questionable. The only slight difference that he's going to be able to have is more of a stylistic kind of facade. Iran will be able to have a slightly more friendly and slightly more moderate-facing figure as its president when it does, if it does re-enter any negotiations with the West.
Sahar Zand on the election of Masoud Pezeshkian in Iran. Thanks very much indeed.